What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Captain Marvel issue number 43. This is going to be a brand new story arc. With Judgment Day over, we see Binary taking to the stars, going off to figure out who she might be. There is a threat that is looming in the distance. This is Revenge of the Brood. Now, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue of Captain Marvel, we are picking up somewhere in the vast reaches of space. We have Binary, who is currently chained up. She has been screaming for hours, perhaps days, perhaps even longer. Regardless of the time that she has spent chained up, there is no sign of this stopping anytime soon. As we jump back down to Earth, the family home of Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel and War Machine, their relationship has started up again. After everything that they have been through, everything Carol Danvers has put War Machine through, they're trying to find their footing again. And so far, it's off to a good start. Getting ready to go off and do a hike, Carol says that she has to go down to her base just really quickly. War Machine, knowing that this is going to turn into something else, this something is going to pop up and their hike is just not gonna happen. But he agrees to go down there with her, headed down into Captain Marvel's secret base. Going over to the machines, there is a pinging going off, not being able to pretend that that isn't a problem. It seems like there is some old back channel coming through, just praying that this is something easy. That is when we have an almost unreadable video coming through. Very patchy, very glitchy, but this is Rogue, really too broken up to understand what is happening or what is going on. Both War Machine and Captain Marvel know that this is something they have to take care of, which means the two of them suit up and they head off to New York. Getting a hold of Spider-Woman and Hazmat, she lets them know that they are headed to the treehouse in New York City. They're gonna go to the X-Men and see if there is any information that they may be able to help out with Spider-Woman and Hazmat super excited because they haven't actually gone to the treehouse yet. But when they land on ground, we have Spider-Woman that is going straight fangirl on this. Super excited, super ready to go inside and check it out. Meeting them at the gateway, we have Cyclops, letting them know that they can come in and he will take them through. With Captain Marvel greeting Jean Grey, she jumps right into what is going on, letting them know that she found a strange message today from Rogue. She was really hoping that Rogue was here or somewhere, but Jean Grey is unable to find her, beyond her reach. This is never a good thing, but they are able to track her and know that she took a small jump ship going somewhere into deep space. They listen to the message, not really sure what is going on. This is where we have the arrival of Gambit, coming in trying to figure out what the heck is going on with his wife. Now, Rogue didn't necessarily tell him where she was going, but their relationship, it doesn't necessarily need that. They're not codependent. They go, they do their own thing, and at the end of the day, they come back to each other. Carol, she believes that maybe this is some kind of trap. The last time that she had seen Rogue for any length of time was when Nuclear Man lured them to the Roosevelt Island, pitting Rogue and Carol Danvers against one another. She believes that this may be the same exact plan, just put into reverse. This is when her emergency beacon goes off, the one that she gave to Binary in case she was ever needed. Both Rogue and Binary sending this out at the same day. This can't be coincidence. And so they get the team together. Carol Danvers wanting to take point on this. Cyclops says it's probably a good idea that we send a few X-Men with you, Polaris and Wolverine being on that team, but they also need a telepath. That is where Psylocke comes into play, with Cyclops and Jean Grey needing to go off and do something else. Our team has been brought together. Obviously, Gambit not gonna miss out on this, Polaris with whatever is going on with his wife. They hop into one of the jets and they take off into deep space. It doesn't take long, but we skip ahead and we pick up at Rogue's ship. The power systems seem to be off. Polaris is able to see something on board that has iron in its blood, but there are too many similar materials surrounding it all to really make out what it is. The boarding party is Polaris, Wolverine, and Gambit. As they head up to the ship, they get on board, they begin to investigate. Wolverine is the first one to pick up the smell. It's a brood, a smell that she could never forget. And when there is one of them, there is bound to be more. It doesn't take long before it makes its attack. Polaris grabbing metal from all around the ship and encapsulating it inside of a metal ball. Wolverine getting ready to just cut her way through this thing. This is when they all feel it. Rogue's power. They are being siphoned. As their powers are being drained, the brood is able to escape. Noticing that it is headed to the command deck, our team heads directly that direction, telling everybody to move with caution because something on this ship now has all the collective powers of every hero on this ship. By the time they get to the command deck, this is where we see what was once upon a time Rogue. A brood has taken her over. It is now using her powers. It has taken the powers of Polaris, Captain Marvel, Gambit, and Wolverine. This is about to be one hell of a fight. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, I always wonder where Kelly Thompson is going to take her next story, because every story so far has been relatively good. The 2052 storyline, hands down, has been my favorite story arc so far, but Thompson has been putting out good story arc after good story arc, and I'm always wondering what they're gonna do next. And while Rogue and Captain Marvel going against each other, it's a little bit played out. It's definitely something that fans love to see, but at the same time, we've seen it a handful of times. I feel like this is it's a good little twist on that, because it's not just Captain Marvel. We are seeing the brood take Rogue over and become something more. Lucky for them, they can just kill this thing and resurrect Rogue. But like they said, when there is one, there is more. Now it having the powers of everybody on board, this makes it extremely dangerous. And the question still remains, where is Binary? Who has her captive, and why do they have her? How were they able to grab hold of something so powerful and trap her? Let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get caught up on everything going on with this series, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It is going to get you completely caught up on everything going on with Captain Marvel. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership, much like Patreon having 5 different tiers from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to getting free comics every single month. Not only does this help out the channel tremendously, you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you are unable to do that, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.